Welcome to this new video on Gran Turismo 7, in which I'm going to test one of the new cars added with the latest update, Update 1.69. It's a new car from a new brand that wasn't present in the game until now. It's the Yangwang brand. So, I'm not really sure how we're supposed to pronounce that, but anyway, it's the sports car brand of the BYD Automotive Group, which is a Chinese group. So it's the first car from this brand, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's also the very first car from the BYD group added to the game. So it's an electric car that has a special feature. This car is probably one of the most powerful production road cars in the world. This car usually has around 3,000 horsepower. In Gran Turismo 7, they gave us a less powerful version. Maybe upgrades later will boost its power significantly. It's definitely possible. But right now we have a version that, quote-unquote, only has, though it's already huge, 1,300 horsepower for 2,400 kilograms, because that's still going to be the problem with big electric cars like this. To get high power, you need big batteries, and that ends up making the cars overall pretty big and pretty heavy. So I just bought it. 350,000 credits, we're going to go test it out. Maybe we'll have a good surprise when it comes to handling. For some reason, I don't know, I can't use the AI. The Sophie AI with this car. So wait, I'll try on another track, Maybe it's just the track in question that's acting up. And okay, this car isn't compatible with the Sophie AI, so I don't know why. Maybe it has unusual handling, maybe it's unique in its category, and the AIs aren't designed to drive with that car. It's weird, I don't want to say anything wrong, but I think it's the first time I've seen this on Gran Turismo 7. First time, I've seen a car that's not compatible with Sophie's AI. I notice all the cars against me are the same, so I think it's a separate category. Let's see how it goes. Well, it seems to be, it's very heavy. It's very heavy, but it's not horrible to drive. It's not like the Taycan, for example, which is really a dud. It seems to be a little less bad. On the other hand, it accelerates hard, but it doesn't accelerate that hard either. We're definitely going uphill, so keep that in mind. We'll see how it goes on flat ground. The brakes aren't good, guys. So indeed, you can feel the power, there's definitely some torque. It pulls hard up to 200 km/h. And you can also feel that it's a very heavy car. It has quite a bit of downforce, so I think on wide turns, it has a good chance of doing pretty well. But on all these turns here, it's really not in its element at all. It's pretty terrible. And yeah, the worst part is the braking, I think, where you really feel the whole weight of the thing. I have to admit, just before this, I was filming the video that came out on my channel a few days ago, where we tested the Twingo, a 600 kg car. Here, we're switching to a car that weighs 4 times more than a Twingo. But well, since it's a hypercar, we could still expect that the brakes would be designed for such a heavy car. That makes it very strange to drive. The interior is quite futuristic, with the little map, the mini-map, displayed on the car's central screen. The layout shows my panorama, and a pretty futuristic screen. Maybe there are other somewhat unique features that I haven't noticed yet. What I particularly notice is the driving. Let's go! We're giving it full power now! It's not that intense, you know. I'm sorry. So, this works really well, but it's not that amazing. I mean, if I take a gas-powered car with a V12 or a V8 making 1,000 horsepower, in a straight line, I think it will pull harder above a certain speed. But yeah, it's quite unique. In my opinion, even if this car is very impressive on paper, I think that in Gran Turismo 7 it's still not with this electric car, let's say, that the top electric cars will really become competitive and interesting to drive. So, it understeers like crazy and the braking is really bad. I hope we can fix that with upgrades and tuning. Otherwise, well, unfortunately, it's a car that's just going to stay in the garage, that's all. Then, we'll consider ways to improve it. Since electric cars in Gran Turismo 7 generally aren't very upgradable due to the limited number of parts you can change. We'll still take a look, maybe a wide body kit? Oh, well, there isn't one. I thought it might be better, but in the end, no. Let's see if there are more parts. There's still some choice, and maybe with the aero, it'll improve. Oh, with the big aero, I have to admit that it looks good, and kind of resembles the Icon Hypersport from the front. I think the brand is called W Motors. Yeah, The spoiler? Are the other spoilers better? Maybe for the top speed? No, I think we should keep the stock spoiler. It should provide the most downforce since we already have other gray parts. Design-wise, there's not much to add. It has good flow. It also has a bit of… damn, I can't remember the name of that brand. The Spanish supercar brand that made a supercar with a Viper V10 engine. I think there's a somewhat similar style. Will we be able to improve it? I don't think there's much available. First, having bigger brakes will help. Probably also soft tires for the vehicle's grip, custom suspensions, that kind of thing. Well, that's definitely going to make a bit of a difference. Hey, that's funny, the racing brake pads are less effective. The main issue will be the vehicle's weight, with no battery upgrades available. There's nothing that allows you to regain power. So in the end, it's still going to be a powerful car, but not that powerful. On the other hand, in terms of weight, it actually lost 700 kilos. That might be a bit better, but we won't be able to lose more than that. So it's quite peculiar, this car. I don't know, we'll see when driving it, but I'm not sure if it will be interesting. I honestly think this car is just one of those advertising cars, really, that's all. I think BYD probably wrote a small check, like they often do. Anyway, brands use video games a lot to advertise. I think they probably cut GRAN TURISMO a small check to have it added to the game, because honestly, I don't see what interest it could have for players. Well, we'll see. Maybe with some upgrades and a bit of tuning, it will be exceptional. That's all I'm hoping for. Since these are cars that often have only one gear, and we don't have the sound of an engine roaring to remind us that we're accelerating hard, it always feels that way, even if maybe it's actually accelerating really fast in terms of numbers. Maybe it goes from 0 to 100 in 1.5 seconds, I'm not sure. We don't feel the same acceleration as with a regular car. It always seems flat and dull, even if that's not really true. It's definitely better when it comes to braking, clearly, with 700 kilos less and racing brakes. There's definitely a big difference, but in corners, it still feels a bit heavy. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. It's much more maneuverable than the Taycan, for example, or whatever Tesla we might have in the game, so it's still better. Maybe, in terms of handling, it's the best electric car in the game. That's entirely possible. On the other hand, you see, it's not that impressive, you know. 310 km/h, that's very good. But I mean, yesterday, we tested my Twingo that had 600 horsepower. We almost hit 400, so it's a car that's a bit uninteresting. There you go, it's nice, but I think that's as far as it'll go. In my opinion, it's a car that, unless it's really necessary for certain events in the game, in career mode or something like that, I think it's a car that will be bought a lot for the collection, but will stay in a lot of garages and never come out. So, it's up to you to tell me what you think. It's a bit of a shame they didn't include the fully maxed out 3000 horsepower version because, honestly, that would have been something else. It probably would have been a lot more fun to drive. It still wouldn't have been a good car, but at least it would have delivered impressive straight-line performance. But yeah, it's a bit weird. Meanwhile, I hope this video helped you save 350,000 in-game credits by not purchasing it. At the very least, I hope you had a good time watching it. If that's the case, feel free to leave a like, subscribe for upcoming videos, and follow me on Twitch for the next live streams. The link will be in a pinned comment. Feel free to follow and use your Prime sub. My instant gaming link will be there too, so you can get cheaper games and support my channel. See you soon in a new video. Bye.